Today we're going to make apple pie. And the first thing we need to do before we make the apple pie is soak the sunflower seeds for the crust. We're going to make a coconut sunflower seed crust to go with it, which is really, really healthy. And we need a cup of sunflower seeds. I'm going to put those in a bowl, cover them with water, and let them soak for 2 to 3 hours, or 3 to 4 hours. I have a little bit of a time restriction, so it'll be closer to 2 to 3 hours. And you can always put a bit warmer water in if you want it to soak quickly, because you just want the seeds to soften, and it's going to help the enzyme inhibitors come off the outside. They're going to become pre-digested, and the proteins will break down to their amino acids and carbohydrates into their simple sugars, and it'll be much better for you and much easier on your digestion. So they're going to be very easy to eat, and it's going to taste wonderful and be a beautiful texture to work with. So we'll come back in a couple hours and we'll make an apple pie. Okay, we're going to make an apple pie, and before we make the apple pie, or the first thing when we make the apple pie, is to make the apple pie crust. So this crust, there's a few different crusts that you can use. Apple pie goes well with most crusts. The most traditional crust in raw food is an almond date crust, but I thought I would change things up for the apple pie and make a coconut sunflower seed crust. And it's actually very good for you. Some people don't want the heaviness of the almonds and the dates, so this is really quite light with the sunflower seeds and the coconut, and it goes really well with the apple pie. So what we have here, the ingredients for our crust, is coconut, dried shredded coconut. Make sure it's not sweetened, and look on the ingredients to make sure there's no chemicals, that it's naturally done. Also, if you're lucky to have access to one, you can get coconut graters from often in Indian stores, and you can actually take the white brown coconut and you can grate your own and put it in the dehydrator and dry it yourself, so you have really natural fresh coconut. So I just bought one and I haven't tried it yet, so I bought mine already done for me. So we have the dried coconut, 1 1/4 cups of this, 1 cup of sunflower seeds, which have been soaking a few hours, a 1/2 cup of dates. I've used honey dates for this. Any dates are going to be fine. 2 tablespoons of honey or agave. I'm using agave. Just a small dash of salt. I just left that. A 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, a dash of cinnamon, and that's it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our sunflower seeds, we're going to drain them, we're going to rinse them really well so that all the enzyme inhibitors come off and they're really healthy and good for us. And then we're going to add them to the processor and process those a little bit first. So just add them into the food processor. And process those just a little bit first. And my spatula. Going to get all the seeds down to the bottom. And I think they're broken up just a little bit. And I'm going to add my other ingredients. 1 cup measure. 1 1/4. So there's 1 cup, and a 1/4 of that goes in. I'm going to add everything right now. The dates are going in. A little bit of honey or agave. The sweetness will help stick it together. A dash of cinnamon. Half teaspoon of vanilla. Or you can add the seeds from a quarter of a vanilla bean if you happen to have that, and just a little pinch of salt. That's it. Now we're going to process. Scrape now, and process just a little bit more. I like it still a little bit crumbly, but you just want to process it enough so the dates are all broken up and it starts getting sticky and will hold together. And that's going to be it. You can see it here. It's holding together. If you squeeze it together, it's going to hold together just fine, but it's still going to be crumbly. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have an apple pie cake pan that the bottom comes out. I love this one. It's really nice for serving because when the pie is done, it just lifts up from the base, and then you can cut it into nice even slices. And that's the bottom. But even if you don't, you can cut into it. It'll be just fine. Now I'm using a little bit of coconut oil. You can use the extra virgin coconut oil, which is very expensive, about often $20 to $30 for a bottle. But for desserts, I usually use the organic, but not the extra virgin coconut oil, which is closer to $10 a bottle. Yeah, almost have a little bit too much. It was soft. Look at all the hot lights have softened it. Okay. So a little bit of oil will just help it lift nicely off when you're finished. So now we're going to take our mixture and just pat it into the bottom of our pie plate. This is the fun part where you can get your fingers into it. And press down quite firmly. You want it to really hold together. I'm going to press it up on the sides to make a crust that goes all the way around. It's going to be an open top apple pie. And it's pretty easy if you see it thinner in any areas. Like over here it's a little bit thin, just press the dough over towards it. Just kind of get a feel for it and adjust it wherever it's thick or thin so it's even around the edges. It smells good. You can smell the coconut and vanilla and cinnamon. Okay, so now we have a pie crust all ready for the filling. Now we're going to put this aside and we're going to peel some apples and make an apple pie. Make the filling.